Welcome to the stage. Put your hands together for Peyton List and Alicia Hannah Kim. Awesome to see you guys. Just flick up the switch on the microphone and you are good to go. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hi guys. Thanks for hanging out until the end of the day.
Now, have you been to Pittsburgh before? No? This is your first time?
This is my first time, and everyone keeps telling me about Promantes.
Yes.
Promantes. Yes, right? You're shaking your head. I've seen a picture, and I'm afraid. It's really, it's very chaotic. They put French fries and coleslaw. It's like I'm from Pittsburgh now. Let me educate you about Pittsburgh.
So, if you have questions, please head on over there, and I will be over with a microphone. I do have a question for Peyton. Last time Jacob was here, he was given an envelope with a card in it for you. Did you ever receive it?
I did. I heard about this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure
He
that
said he almost read it on stage.
He did. I have video proof.
He got in trouble for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
People were yelling at him. Then he was like, I'm not delivering it. But, apparently he did.
He did. No, he has a heart.
All right. Anyone have questions? Tell you what, just raise your hand. I'll come around. It's the end of the day crowd. So I see someone back there and over here.
Why did we get the end of the day slot?
Yeah, we should have been first up.
Right?
We're so sparkly in the morning.
Beginning of the day.
You don't want to be first up on a Friday morning.
Really?
Oh, okay.
That's kind of the...
You know what? We're fine with 7. We're fine with 7.
We won't be happy with anything.
Yeah.
So this question is for both of you guys. What was it like to be casted to be part of Cobra Kai and work with like the original actors from the karate series, like the senseis? What was it like?
Okay, I'll take it first. So I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I had not watched The Karate Kid before stepping on set. You know this. So I was sort of unaware, but they were really lovely to me when I first showed up. So I was very thankful for that. And then, when you get to share a scene with Thomas Ian Griffith, who is just a giant icon, literally, it's just super thrilling and wonderful. It's the nicest cast ever.
Yeah, you guys are a great duo, too. I loved The Karate Kid growing up. It was like one of the few CDs that I had on my DVD player. And The Outsiders. I loved Ralph Macchio growing up. So I was really nervous to meet him. But him and Billy are like the most humble guys in the world. I think all the original cast are the most humble, kind people. So it's been the best set to be a part of. And like Ralph will just come sit with all of us and he'll just regale us with stories of screen testing for The Outsiders or, the process working with Robert De Niro on Broadway. And I just sit there listening to everything. I mean, it's great to have such great guidance. I mean, they both have families and have stayed so normal within the industry, which I just think is something that I've heard is so rare. So it's great.
Awesome. I think we have did you have a question? Yes, I did. All right. We have a question back here.
Hi, I'm a fan of Cobra Kai. I started watching it a few years ago. This is actually a question that I did a poll for on Twitter about a week ago, and I got the results were unanimous, so that's why I'm asking this question. In Season 5, Episode 10, there was a fight between Sam and Tori and Sensei Kim, and then after that, there was supposed to be a fight between Tori and Devin. However, that fight was cut from the episode, but we learned from the actress that played Devin that the fight was actually filmed, just somehow cut from the episode. I was wondering if you guys could talk about that fight that was cut, and if possible, maybe give a little recreation of what we missed.
Which episode? And who fought?
The last one.
The last one?
We remember how we did it was like me, you, and Una. Remember we were training?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we film it or did we just rehearse it?
We filmed it.
We filmed it. Yeah, so it was cut from...
Okay.
Yeah. Look at us. We're trying to remember.
Yeah. That last episode was so chaotic. Everything was so fast.
Yeah.
We did film it, right? Because Una's a minor, so I know that sometimes they'll be like, all right, the minor's done and they're wrapped. The fact that we can't remember if we filmed it or not.
Yes, I know. It was very chaotic those last few weeks. But I remember I have a video of us training for the fight.
We have to ask Una.
It's like, yeah.
It's like karate chop.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cut. I'm sorry. I said before, I hope, the deleted scenes come out on a DVD or like on YouTube or a blooper reel. I'm not sure. But that was fun to shoot.
I
It
feel
was
like the
fantastic.
majority of fights that I remember are the ones that are with Sam. Like those just stay in my head the most. Whenever it's Devin, I'm just so focused on Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who actually is the top fighter because of that, so maybe we'll find out in season 6.
Maybe we will.
So any other questions? Put
Tentative
up your hands. I have a quick question for Alicia.
Yes.
I mean, Peyton's character seems to have had a bit of a redemption, kind of. She's not friends with Sam like buddy, but, they've laid their stuff. What is your character's redemption arc look like?
I think that can only sort of be revealed if we delve into her past. I think with Peyton's character, we've had seasons of watching her and understanding why she makes the choices that she makes. And for my character, she just sort of burst onto the scene. And so I think for anyone to be that extreme, they would have gone through a lot, to put it mildly. So I'm hoping in season 6 we can explore a little bit of what deformed her into this extreme character. Yeah.
So we need a little more backstory before we can.
We need backstory before we
You
can
know.
judge.
All right. Questions? Anyone? Come on. We got a question over here. Nice shirt, by the way.
So I'm curious, after you guys had that intense scene that they showed us, who would win in a real fight between the two of you?
You're way taller than me, so I hate to bet against myself, but height matters.
Yeah, but you're pretty badass. Like you can you can also dance. And you're fast. And you're snappy. I like how we're helping each other. I just don't want to think of. I only want to think about fighting the guys. Like when it comes
Because
to the
you could
girls.
literally just hold me back like this. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with an older brother, so that's what he would do to me because he had a height difference. I think I'm just traumatized. Did I start the fights? Yeah. Sorry. Sweep the leg.
Exactly.
Excellent idea.
So who would win in a dance-off?
Like, I have no shame, so I feel like I'm going to get in there 1,000%.
All right.
Yeah.
You could take that one.
Yeah. It's not that I'm good at dancing. It's just that, the ambition is there.
The commitment. Yeah.
The commitment. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You'll win in a fight.
All right. Going over here.
Hey,
Hi.
did you guys know karate before you took the roles? Did you know karate before you took the roles?
Not karate specifically, but I used to train in Muay Thai, which is very different from karate, but yeah, I mean, it's still a martial arts. I've been talking about my husband. She knows him from other conventions. He's uncontrollable.
I learned on the show from our stunt coordinators and from other martial artists, but I didn't have any training previously. They didn't even tell me that was part of my character before coming onto the show. Yeah.
By the
I was
way-
pretty shocked.
By the way, we're going to teach you martial arts. Just, throwing it out there.
So this one's for Peyton again. Out of all the fight scenes that you were in, which one was your favorite match? Like,
I have two. The season 4 All Valley tournament, obviously, and then the prom pool fight. I loved just ending in the pool. I thought that was so fun, and just like fighting in heels was great as well.
I have to say both of you are both badass, probably in it. And I have to actually ask, is there any chance of or thoughts of Hillary Swank coming into this?
I really hope so. I want to fight her so badly.
I just feel like
You
guys would be perfect with her, the perfect,
Don't you want to fight Hillary Swank? Like, I
Yes.
love her, but I want to fight her.
Yes. Yeah, she's so badass. I just watched her again in the Karate Kid, and she's so good in it.
Yeah.
She's so good.
And in $1 Million Baby,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love her so much.
I do too. I know. I feel like she's like the last person to come on the show.
I want it as much
Is
as
she
you
on
want
social
it.
media? Everyone needs to just
Yeah.
bombard her.
Know that we want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we have another one over here.
I have a question for Peyton. Was there any scenes in Jesse or Bunked that you were like, that was like your favorite?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. There was an episode where we went on like a Girl Scout sort of adventure in Central Park, and they brought an ostrich on, and just having an ostrich on set and having it run around was really chaotic. I didn't realize how dumb of animals they are. I mean that in the nicest way. It was just running around biting crew members, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. Like I was just had an evil sense of humor, I think, as a kid. I just really enjoyed watching that.
We need an ostrich on Cobra Kai.
No, we do. We had such weird. That's what I love about Disney Channel is like there's a different animal on set every week. Like very odd.
All right. We're not going to judge. We're not going to judge.
Yeah, I think having Michelle Obama as well, like having the first, like it was just like different. We had Chris Paul, so many athletes on set, and that made me cool to my brothers and their friends, so I liked it.
So my question's simple. Rumor has it, Peyton, that Dutch is your father in the show. We would like to know if that's actually true.
Yeah, there's so many rumors about my parents, and the writers actually told me last season that Silver was my dad for a bit, and they were all punking me. Everybody, I turned to him and I was like, Thomas, Dad? And he was like, yes. And the entire season, he kept being like, hello, sweetheart. Like, hello, my daughter. And I was like, this is too much.
I missed
He
this.
cannot be my father. This is just taking it to a crazy level. And then at the end of the season, they just forgot to tell me it was a joke. And they're like, oh, she still believes that. I'm like, then they also casually told me, oh yeah, we were going to kill you off last season. I'm like,
my God.
what? They just love to mess with me.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Terry Silver, you are not the father.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea who my parents are still.
Maybe Hillary.
Yeah, maybe Hillary.
You heard it here first.
Yeah,
No, I
if
don't
she
know
comes
anything.
on.
Oh my God.
So, 2 questions, I guess. Were there any stunts that you really wanted to do that they wouldn't let you do? And how many, like, major injuries have you guys had?
I really wanted to do wire work because do I think I'm in the Matrix or something? Like I said to the showrunners, hey, can I do wire? I want to do flips. And they just looked at me and were like, yeah, okay. Never happened.
Yeah.
I was just like really psyched. But injuries, not really me, but I did elbow you in the face when I first met you and I feel really bad about it.
It was about time. I had it coming. I really had it coming.
You did it so well. You were like, I'm fine. I'm like, but are you really fine?
Yeah. No. I just want to do like a tornado kick or something insane. Yeah, honestly, I'm always like, okay, that's enough. That's enough for Tori. She doesn't need to do anything else. But next season, I'm excited to really get into the training, and I hope to do something really crazy. Yeah, luckily, I've never really been injured. My stunt double did get hurt last season during the finale, and yeah, that was scary.
All right, we have another question over here.
Okay, Peyton, this one, you brought up the jokes about Silver being your dad, and you mentioned about Hillary. What about the rumor that Barnes was your dad, too?
It's like the Maury Show. Is that it? It's
Who is your dad?
Tori's father? Yeah, I have no idea. They're probably smart not to tell me anything.
These questions are probably under asking for spoilers because even if she knew, she probably would not be able to reveal it. So
It's true.
let's
Good thing they don't tell me
avoid
anything.
asking things that have not yet been revealed in the show. Get her violate her NDA. All right, sorry.
I've got 2. The first for Peyton. You were introduced in that epic chair, the stool scene. What was it like filming that one? And 2, with things wrapping up, do you all have anything in the hopper coming up?
Yeah, the stool scene, the drinking scene, the drink off with Sam. That was harder than it looked. I realized that that's a tough game, like just sober. So I can't imagine drinking and playing that. That was, yeah, I fell off at a point, really, in real life. But I honestly, like, I hated even falling off as Tori. I'm so competitive. But yeah, it was fun. But the second part of the question,
With things wrapping up, do you have anything coming up outside of Cobra Kai?
I just had a show come out on Paramount called School Spirits. So I was just filming that, and then I'm just so focused on the next season. I almost said something.
We're filming season the rest of the year, so it's like, that's a lot of planning to know what you're doing. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Then I have to figure out after. I'm like, I know. I have no idea.
We're living in the now. We talked about this.
I know. I keep
We're
like
in the
reading
now.
scripts and then just being like, no, I can't do anything else. Like, I'm so tired. Yeah, but I should figure it out. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should do,
Well, there should be a Cobra Kai spin-off that you should get into. That's my thought.
Hi, probably more of a general question about roots and how did you get into acting in the first place?
I went to a theatre school in Sydney, sort of after hours, after school. So that was how I started, which I always recommend to anyone that wants to get into acting, especially if you're younger, is to join a theatre school. It's sort of it's not gilded like a set, So when you do theatre, it's sort of really gritty, and you have nothing to rely on but yourself. So there's no like hair, makeup, lights, editing, no editing. So you have to know your stuff. That's how I started.
Yeah, that's cool. I started off as a kid in New York. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I would go after school. I would take the train into the city and go in for auditions. And one of my first things was when I was in third grade. I would go on to an ABC show called Kashmir Mafia. It was like the same producers as Sex and the City. So that was like one of my first things. And I didn't realize like that how cool that was at like 8 years old. But
8?
Yeah. Yes, because someone discovered my twin brother on the Staten Island ferry. An agent did. And then my mom said, no, my daughter is the one who wants to act. They're like, we don't need girls. We need boys. And so my brother started, and then I just started like going to auditions with him. Wow. Yeah.
You made them take you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I have two questions. So for both of you, so when you guys first got casted to be part of Cobra Kai, what was your reaction? Like, how did you guys react when you got casted to be part of Cobra Kai? My second question is for Peyton. This is unrelated to Cobra Kai. What was it like working with Cameron Boyce?
Well, I was shocked to have gotten it. I was shocked to have gotten the role of Torre, but so excited. And then I became obsessed with I wasn't in the first season, so I got to watch it from like an unbiased perspective, and I was obsessed with the show. And I couldn't believe that I hadn't watched it before, because I was friends with Jacob Bertrand before, and I'd worked with him before back in our Disney days. And so I felt like a bad friend that I hadn't watched it before. But working with Cameron Boyce was amazing. He was such a talent and such a great person who gave back so much. And he's even inspired so many people to give back after his passing. And like his parents started his foundation, are trying to find a cure for epilepsy. So yeah, he was a talent.
When I was auditioning for Cobra Kai, it was during the pandemic, and it was under sort of a dummy name. It wasn't under Cobra Kai. It was called something else. So I actually didn't even know what I was reading for. Yeah. And yeah, so I had no idea. And then also, again, I hadn't watched the show. Don't hate. I love it now. I've binged it. Obviously, I'm in it, so I love it. But I hadn't watched it at the time. So I booked that show and another show on the same day. And so it was like a scheduling thing. And so when Cobra Kai said that they would work out with the schedule, I was super thrilled, because it meant that I could do 2 jobs at once. But when I got to set and I realized how cool everyone was, I was like, this is going to be great.
All right, we have another question down here.
It's really great to meet you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We're just blown away by how sweet that was.
Yeah. So sometimes you get funny stories. So is there any pranksters on the set, or kind of funny things that have happened behind the scenes of people playing jokes on each other?
Apart from the writers lying to you for a year.
Yeah, I'm like, where do I start? Jesus. They're always messing with me.
No one pranked me. Did I prank?
I get pranked all the time. Like whenever, I mean, it's little things though, like especially by the boys. Like whenever I walk in to have a fitting, one of them will find out when it is and they'll just be in the room and I'll walk in and they'll just scare the living shit out of me. And they love to video it too. They're just always scaring people. They think that's the best thing ever. Luckily, I think they're outgrowing that. Thank God. But like when I first started on the show, Sholo and Jacob were just like this duo that loved to mess with everyone. No one was safe. And we were always getting, like things would just be left in the trailer. Like it was
chaotic.
mayhem.
They're so chaotic
They
together.
are, but I like encourage it because I would just laugh and like I grew up with brothers, so like I love it.
Yeah.
But there is a scene. This isn't even a prank, but we had a scene in the dojo when we were all still in Cobra Kai, and we were having to do burpees, and the boys were going so hard on the burpees, and then we had to keep that up all day, and we were all dying by that. They had to start cutting people out of the scene because people were just dropping like flies, and I was trying to keep up with them. I don't know
you
why.
have to do
I
it
just thought of
double
that.
time. I feel like you had to do it double time too. At some
Yeah.
point, they're like Peyton double time. You're like,
I
no.
know, yeah.
All right, and we have another question over here.
Hi, hello, Alicia and Peyton. Great to have you with us.
Hey, thanks.
So my one question for the both of you is, what were some of your favorite scenes that you both worked on during Cobra Kai?
I personally really like my first scene because it was so fancy. We're at the airport. Suddenly I'm at the airport. It's like there's a private jet. They're ushering me on board. I've never been on a private jet before. I'm sitting there just, what is my life? It starts like raining. It's very cinematic. And then Thomas is getting out of a limo. I was like, who am I right now? I mean, I think that was like really an epic introduction for me. Yeah. And also like fighting you, I think in like the rock thing. That was intense.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think any scene I have with Martin Cove with Sensei Kreese is great. I absolutely love working with him. He just has so much heart in everything that he does, and he cares so much about the series. I think getting to call him Grandpa and going to visit him when he was doing time was some of my favorite, most unexpected scenes I've gotten to do on the show. I really love that. And he gets so into it. I feel like he's slightly method, even if he doesn't say it, because I feel like he treats me so well and really thinks of me as like his prodigy. So I love him.
All right, we have a couple questions back here, though. I have a quick question. I don't know if, Lisa, you've gotten a chance to do this, but Peyton, you did some voice work for the video games. How was that, having to do all the different kind of grunts and, was that challenging? Was that, or were you, I think you've done other voice work before, so, but how was that doing your character for a video game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more, when doing a video game, it's a lot more heightened version of the character that's on the show. But having to grunt alone in a dark booth is always odd. And you're just breathing heavily and you're going to pass out and you're just standing there and you're like, yeah, it's weird. But when I was a kid, it made me really uncomfortable, but now it's fine.
So this upcoming season is going to be the last season, and I don't know if this question is a little premature for the show, but are there any plans for any spin-offs or continuation for the series after it finishes up here?
They talk a lot about it. The big three. They always talk about expanding the Miyagi-verse, and I'm sure they will at some point make. Everyone keeps coming up to me and going, "I'm so sad it's the last season," and then I'm just like, "No, don't be sad. I'm sure there'll be more." But that's just me, also hoping with you guys. I'm sure they will,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I have no idea in what capacity or what way, if it'll be the same characters from the show or if they'll do something completely new. But they're creating a lot of different shows.
Awesome.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say I was kind of going to ask a question on the video game thing too. I was going to ask if you remember what time frame the voice recording was filmed, because I know it was supposed to come out in September, but it got delayed until December. So I was wondering about that. The other thing I was wondering if you have played the mobile game, the Card Fighter, which is also a pretty cool game. And the last thing I was going to ask was, with Tori being Tori's character and Emma from Jessie being a totally different character, how do you think Tori and Emma would get along?
They wouldn't. They wouldn't. There's no way. Emma grew up in a penthouse overlooking Central Park, so I don't think Tori would really care for that much. And as far as the video game, I've never played the card game, and the video game, I cannot remember the timeline for the life of me.
You're living in the now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the present.
Yeah.
We have a question up here. This is how I get my steps in, so.
Yeah, I know. I keep seeing you like sitting across, and then.
Are you at 10,000? You have to do 10,000 a day, apparently.
Yeah, that's good.
It's probably more than that by now.
So this is another question for Peyton. So what are your favorite moments or favorite memories from working in Jesse and working with the cast of like Bunked?
I mean, I started that show when I was 12 years old. So I grew up with that whole crew and that whole cast. A lot of them came from Wizards of Waverly Place and then came right to our show. And we were working in Hollywood on old sound stages, like the old I Love Lucy sound stage. There's just a lot of history. And they were actually filming La La Land with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. So I came outside, and Emma Stone's assistant loved Jesse. And so they were like, they gave us their pizza, and we got to like watch them film. And there was always like random people, like Snoop Dogg was filming like on our lot. So we like, people went over and like knocked on his trailer. We just had like crazy interactions just working on that lot. And we were just kids, so we had just free reign, and we also balanced school while filming the show and had 2 studio teachers for the 5 of us. So it was that was really like why I was so passionate about acting too, was I hated middle school so much. I wanted to get out of middle school and go be with a set teacher because I wouldn't get bullied. So that was also a reason I wanted to act.
Well, now if they try to bully you, you know martial arts, so.
Exactly.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I wish I could go protect some kids now.
Understandable.
Hey, starting at 8, you may not have had another choice, but if not acting, what would you guys have done?
I love to argue. And so, no, I really do. So I feel like, and this would please my mother so much, I feel like later in life, I'm like, I would love to be an attorney. Just would love it. All my Asian mom dreams coming true right now. Way later after I've picked a different career.
Do you like doing a lot of research too? Because
I
that's a lot of it.
I don't want to do that part. I said, you know what? TV lawyer. TV lawyer.
TV lawyer, that would be good. If you had to choose another career path, Peyton.
I think I would like to go into therapy. Like, I just love talking to people all day. Like, I'm listening to their problems and trying to help. I think that's what I would do.
I talk to you in the car all the way home.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so when you go to her table, you know, be sure to tell her all your problems.
Yeah, just tell me anything. No, I've gotten myself into so much trouble.
Why? Because you listen
Because
to...
I'll be listening so intently, and then I'll just be in like a...
I saw you in the green room listening.
Yeah, but I don't think I give the most qualified advice, like, at
That's
all.
okay. Sometimes we just need an ear.
I'll just sit there and listen.
I have to ask, how was it working with Terry Silver? I mean, to me, it seems like he's so intimidating, but yet I feel like he's like such a like really great person, like to be. So question is actually for both of you.
So Thomas in life is just a delight. He's so sweet and kind, and he's really sort of elegant and cultured. You know, he's a complete Renaissance man. He's really interested in everything. He's interested in like cooking, and he's a writer as well. So, you know, I guess he embodies that sort of elegance in Terry Silver, but he's obviously not evil. He's just like the loveliest man, and he's such a family man as well. So, yeah, I love Thomas.
I do too. He brought a really intense energy onto set, and he, you know, I think there's a lot of joking around, and you know, it can be casual. But when he came in, he set the bar so high, and we were all having to do synchronized Cobra Kai dojo moves, and he was like, "That's it." He's like, "You guys should work on that by the time I come back and we start rolling." Sort of energy, you know? And I was like, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. He really pushed all of us. And even at the All Valley tournament, he's whispering behind me, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you stretching?" Looking at her. Start jumping, start getting moving. And I love it though. I thrive on that. He's like a real sensei, you know, and he gives a lot of tough love. But he really is a sensei, and he's a coach, and he's amazing at karate. So I was like, anything you have to say, tell me. I don't want to look like an idiot, you know?
I'm just remembering him
he's hard.
making fun of me because I tied my tie the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. And it's like he sets the bar, he sees everything. And I'm like, you know.
He was like, it's in reverse. I was like,
yeah, oops. I want to stay on his good side.
He's the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another one over here.
Okay, Peyton, this one's for you. My brother was wondering, what episode of Bonked is your favorite?
Hey, Luke. My favorite episode of Bunked. My favorite episode of Bunked is the very first one. I loved it. I think it just set the tone so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see more hands. Here we go.
This question's for Peyton. Do you still talk to or hang out with any of your Jesse cast members?
Yeah, I do. I hang out with Karin, who plays Ravi. I hang out with him all the time. He's like a real brother to me.
All right. Come on, I need to see hands. Here we go.
Other than the burpees, did you guys have to do any crazy workouts to get ready for your roles?
You know the thing, the training is hard and fast, but the thing that really killed me was when they had, I don't know if did I do it with you? I think I did it with Mary. When you stand at the wall and you have to kick like up and down, up and down. It is, I can't demo it here, but it's very tough on the thighs and the butt. Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah. Even training for sword and they even just teach us random sequences that won't be on the show for fun. And yeah, it's hard. When training for the All Valley, I was crying. It was so intense. I was crying so much. I was like, I can't do this. And then I would just snap out of it, get back in there. But yeah, it was intense.
All right. Any other questions, please? One over here.
If you had to go to battle with any of the senseis, who would you pick?
You don't have to pick names.
We have to win in this fight? Because
I want her to kick my ass now.
yeah.
I'm feeling this energy. It's comic. I accept it.
I feel like fighting Johnny Lawrence would be so cool.
The best.
He's
I want to fight him
so good.
so bad.
Yeah.
He's so chaotic.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah, he got to go. He caused Tori way too much stress.
But old man can kick. Any other questions?
Yeah, his legs. Oh my God. Also, when he does a fight scene, he does not mess around.
Yeah,
he
was scary.
He's scary. Yeah. Even when he's not even trying, his kicks look intense. Yeah.
This is for both of you. Which is your favorite role ever that you played in?
I feel like Cobra Kai has been a whole nother level of fun. Like, Tori's been amazing. I mean, you guys, like, I never would have met so many of you. I feel like you guys really embraced me because of your love for the Karate Kid and growing up with Ralph and Billy. And, like, I just feel this, like, sense of, like, kinship and family with everyone because of that. In a way, I just feel like an offspring that everyone's embraced. And I'm really grateful for it. It's awesome. Like, I feel like the Cobra Kai Karate Kid fan base is so diehard and so awesome and just, like, fun. And I could talk to you guys for so long, and I'm just really grateful for it.
I have to echo that. It's really hard to compare it to anything else for me personally, because, you know, if you're an actor and you're just on a show, people will watch it. It might make an impact. It probably won't. You know, you'll probably just be in there and it'll just be another show. But Cobra Kai is really something special. It really, I mean, just having this today and like getting to come to this con and spend time with you guys and having detailed questions about, you know, like episodes or a backstory. And it's, you know, I'm a fangirl too. I would ask these questions to like anyone in Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? So I get it. That it's really special. Awesome.
Well, but if you had to choose something other than Cobra Kai, What's your second favorite role?
It's tough because, in film it can be more limiting. So in film I would say a character I played on Minx called Wendy Ma, which is really fun for me. But I would actually, if I took into account everything, it would be roles that I played in theater because the scope is just much more expansive. It's racially blind casting, and so you would never have a film version, or maybe today you would, of me as like Lady Macbeth. But I got to play those, and that's really exciting to me.
I would say working on Jessie was my other favorite thing because it was just so much of my life, and I grew up with so many people. And that's really cool that people are like, you were my childhood, and that's a crazy feeling.
Absolutely. We're just about out of time. Final question. Do we have a question over here? You have a question?
How did you like playing Dari Whippet Kid?
Oh, I loved it. It was so fun. Yeah, I was 11 years old, and it was my twin brother's favorite book series. So I was so excited to go, and I got flown to Vancouver as a kid. It was a 20th Century Fox movie, so it just felt like a big studio picture. I was so excited. And it was like summer camp. We were all in the same hotel, and I absolutely loved playing that character. And I've had the best childhood, like growing up and playing these characters. I had so much fun.
All right, we'll do the last question over here.
So for Peyton, your character Tori in Cobra Kai, what made Tori want to choose to train for Cobra Kai and like do Cobra Kai? Why did you choose to do that?
I think self-defense and just feeling stronger and just having an outlet for all of that anger and for everything at home as well. And I think Aisha, like that friendship that she had with her at first was really a draw as well. She's super competitive too.
Now, Alicia, your character is more of a family. The reason you're into it because you're like trying to honor your family. Is that how they're doing it for you? Is that how you're also visualizing it?
Why Kim Daeun is in the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, she's the granddaughter of Kim Son-young, who, The Way of Fist, Tang Soo-do. It's like the origin of Cobra Kai, so she's sort of the inheritor of that.
So that's why she's so focused on
Oh,
making
she's
their way.
hellbent. I mean, if you know any Koreans, I don't know if you do, but like family is everything. So, yeah, that's what's driving her. There are layers. She's problematic.
Well, you both do a wonderful job on the show. We can't wait to see you in the next season, which we won't ask about. And give a big round of applause
Thank you
for
guys.
these
you guys
two
so
wonderful
much.
actresses.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for staying for the last panel.
Yeah, thanks for staying and hanging out and asking great questions. Yeah.
Hi, this is Aaron Ashmore, and you are watching Phantom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe like now. Oh, and have fun and follow your fandom.